Hello Flickering Myth family and welcome to our channel. My name is EJ Marino and we have a new review today. I'm going to be jumping into the slasher film Halloween Kills. If anyone is familiar with this channel, you know I love a good horror film, specifically something in the slasher genre. Jason Voorhees is one of my favorite movie characters of all time. I love me some Freddy, I love me some Chucky. Hell, even the silent killer named Michael Myers has a place in my heart. So walking into Halloween Kills, I was medium anticipated. I was just like, okay, I liked 2018, I'm okay on Michael Myers, so what are we gonna get into? What is the next chapter in Laurie and Michael's battle? Well, this isn't really Laurie and Michael's battle. This is a bit of Haddonfield taking on Michael Myers in one of the most unsuccessful ways I have ever seen. Yeah, so Halloween Kills is quite interesting. We're reinventing the Halloween franchise with a whole new spin on this kind of story. He's not just Michael slashing around teens, just trying to get through them. This is Michael trying to be like a crazed animal backed into a corner, just pushing his way through this town. That is an interesting kind of angle, and I was very intrigued by that. Sadly, the film doesn't execute it to the best of its abilities. I think this is a pretty okay movie. I had a great time watching the kills, watching dumb people make dumb decisions, but at the same time, I was frustrated with so many character moments, so many story elements that just made me go, why? Huh? Okay, this is a tough one because, again, pure entertainment value, this is gory, graphic, over the top, and has some really fun moments. So I had a good time watching it, but as a film, this script can get so messy. It just has so many moments that I just went, but why? Why are we doing that? I just don't. I try not to get frustrated with characters in horror films because they're characters in horror films. You have to be a certain level of dumb to just be in this movie in the first place. So I excused a lot, but when Tommy Doyle starts trying to rally the town for nothing, for some stupid stuff that I'm like, that is what we're doing? Be smarter, work smarter, not harder. This town does not believe in that kind of verbiage, and it's just pretty crazy. I overall thought, like I said, this was an okay experience. It just had so much potential to be better. Halloween Kills is the sequel to 2018's Halloween, directed by David Gordon Green. He is a filmmaker that's mostly known for comedy films, but has decided to venture into horror and have a good time with it. I think both entries are strong horror films in their own ways. I think this is a director who definitely knows what he's doing, and like I said, really reinvented the story. In 2018, we see Laurie and her family tear down Michael. They get him down, they burn him alive, or so they think. Basically, they are not successful at killing Michael, and he starts an even more brutal rampage. He is kind of going to a line. Everyone thinks he's going for Laurie, but he's going to his family childhood house, and I'm like, oh, we're really starting something up. And then we just are seeing Michael kill people, and I'm like, okay. And then on the other side, we're seeing this town filled with people who dealt with Michael back in the 70 attack, or they're people who are just tired of living in fear because they know he could be back. So this town revolts against him, and yeah, mob mentality is not always the best. We're seeing people really kind of go and get fired up and rally against something, but they really don't know what they're rallying against. They start pointing fingers at the wrong people. This is definitely one of those stories that I'm like, you are really doing something. I see what you're doing and I get it. And now we're seeing people like Tommy Doyle, Lindsay Wallace, the two kids that had to deal with Michael as children are now dealing with him as adults. And it's not just Laurie that was affected. I love that this is speaking on generational trauma, not just within the Strode women, within everyone in this town. It really just, Michael, I think someone says it, Michael really did just get his way. He ruined this town. He seeped his darkness into it, and these are all great themes. It's just the execution that leaves a little bit to be desired. When the town starts doing its mob mentality, when things start picking up, it starts getting a bit confused, and I think the movie kind of runs out of things to do after a while. We have these flashbacks to the 78 stuff that really did work for some people, people. It was okay on me. But yeah, I was seeing these flashbacks and I'm like, oh, we're building something. We're seeing the cops, and it was confused. They tried to do so many different things, but by the end they were just spinning their wheels. And I'm like, let's just get to the end of the movie. I already feel this is a part two, which is very much is, and I need just to get to the end. Let's already get to the finale. And that's what's frustrating about this movie is it has potential. It works on its own, but sadly it just suffers from like sequelitis and especially setup movie-itis. And I'm like, ooh, you're almost there. You could almost be perfect. Now, on the positives, I think Jamie Lee Curtis is phenomenal in this film. Once again, she's a bit sidelined. She's not the main character. I think Tommy Doyle kind of takes on that role. Anthony Michael Hall really tries his best with this very insufferable character. But yeah, I thought Laurie was a very fun, strong character. She had my crowd laughing when she needed to. They had her feeling her when they needed to. Like when these women started beating up Michael still, the crowd around me cheered and erupted. I love it. This has some feel good, hell yeah moments, and I like that. That's cool. I will also say on the positives, the gore is absolutely insane. I loved the Rob Zombie Halloween movies. I know I'm rare, I know, but they're really good and they're really graphic. This movie blows them out of the water. This also has the coolest, strongest, most badass Michael yet. I've never loved Michael Myers because he's a bit of a, I like to kill you with a butcher knife. He's a simple killer. Not anymore. This man is on a whole nother level. Michael is brutal, scary, and just a badass. I've been waiting for this Michael for so long, and they delivered it here. Overall, the film has a strong Michael, a strong Laurie, but a pretty weak story. I'm fairly in the middle with this film. It's one of those things where I like Rotten Tomatoes. I hate that I have to give this a positive or a negative because I'm firmly in the middle. It works for what it needs to do, but it has that setup problem. It has the sequel problem. It also is just a bit of a frustrating story. So altogether, I'm pretty in the middle on Halloween Kills, but this is one that I definitely think you should go see for yourself because it works in so many ways and then it doesn't. This is one that I want fans of Halloween specifically to go out and see for yourself. See how you feel. Let's see if you are ready for Halloween Ends. Does this get you set up and anticipated for it, or is this just a meh Halloween entry? Let me know what you think down in the comments below. Subscribe to our channel because we make videos like this every single week, and give me a thumbs up if you did enjoy. Alright everyone, let's talk about Halloween Kills and all the Michael Myers insanity down below.